Hey, Jimmy and people out there. Welcome to Dad School, Faithful Fatherhood in 10 minutes. Real talk, real encouragement for dads who want to lead their families well.
Good to be here.
Yes. That's all real professional, didn't it? Real talk, real encouragement for dads.
Real fast.
We'll sell you the seat. You only need the edge, right?
Oh gosh, I like
Yeah,
that. That's
was,
good.
yeah, that's I stole that, but it was pretty good. I like that.
Okay.
So what are we talking about today?
Hey, yeah. Today we wanted to jump in. We've all been there. The times where patience can be difficult, but it seems like it's even more difficult when you're exhausted. When it's just been the longest day, longest week, longest month.
Like
Sometimes.
hospital patients? Is this for doctors?
Yes. When you are a patient. No, having patience.
Oh, having patients.
Having patience with your kids uh, when you're
Kids
tired.
only, or just in
It happens,
general
or spouse,
as a
or
dad?
with
Yeah.
other people on the road.
Yes, there you go. Let's expand
That's a,
this scope a bit. But yeah, I like that.
that's an event that happens. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, I had probably just a very interesting baptism by fire when first became a parent of figuring out how to parent when you're tired. My job that I was working at the time when our oldest was born, I was managing Starbucks when we still lived out in Colorado. And fun thing with that is the store opened at 5 a.m, which meant I had to be there at 4:30 in the morning. But the store was 30 minutes away, so I had to leave the house at 4 a.m, and I would do
Right.
that 3 or 4 times a week, and then come home. And part of our decision of we knew later we wanted to homeschool, but when our daughter was baby and toddler years, we didn't do daycare. We made the decision, okay, one of us is going to be home and watch our kids. So that meant that we would I would get home and she would go to work, and then she would go and do her 8 hours. After I had done my 8 hours, my day finished at 1. Her day would start at 2 and finish at 10. And that was like our regular routine. So we both parented, lived out of this perpetual state of tired. And so patience sometimes got thin. And I'm glad that's not our routine still, but it doesn't mean we don't often still have days of having to parent, be patient with each other, with our kids, from a place of being tired.
I bet you guys never snapped at each other when you were doing that.
Oh man, God's grace carried us a long ways.
Yeah. I remember before I was sorry, before I worked at home as I didn't I worked in the office a lot before COVID, before the great homework movement happened. Um, and it'd be 9 to 5, 8 to 5 normally, but it was also like you said, it wasn't exactly close. I've had places where I contracted as a software developer, and I was an hour away. I'd work an hour away and drive, and I had night school, and I'd come back. My wife at the time was a high school math teacher, and she also did coaching for, I believe, track or not track. It was, I'm gonna get blasted for this. What was it? Flags, the marching band flags, and
Almost the
she,
same thing.
yeah, almost the same thing. She did. I can't remember if she coached track or not. I can't remember if she did. Oh man, I got to ask her. That was a long time
Oh
ago.
no.
It was like
Yeah.
10+ years ago, right? Um, but she used to, like, the point is, the marching band used to practice before school, and school already started early for her. At that time, I didn't work the hour away. I worked actually a half hour away. But I remember she'd leave before I got up, and then I'd come home from night school after she was already home. Sometimes, if it was late enough, she'd be in bed, because she has to get up early the next day. So it was a lot of being tired. That was before we had kids. We had kids. Oh my gosh, working in the office, long days. Come home from the office, and it was go go go. Kids activities, um, dinner right away. It's just different lifestyles, different things going on, different seasons. But it's hard to be that energetic, go to happy person that people know me as being very, you know, uh, but it's hard to maintain that day in and day out sometimes when you're tired and you're busy. You lose your patience. You lose self control of just having a giving, gentler demeanor. So, what does the Bible say about this? Ooh, good question, Josh. I'm glad I asked that.
Yeah,
Uh,
very good.
Ephesians 5:22-23 talks about fruit of the Spirit, right? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self control. So it's actually explicitly mentioned in the Bible as things that show from you when you are being godly and when you are pursuing a godly lifestyle. Um, Patience was listed. So that's an important key factor to keep in mind.
I mean, what I feel is it's so much of as life gets thrown at you, all of the challenges and just daily everything that happens. And we live by the flesh, something we hear said in church circles, when we live by the flesh instead of by the spirit. Man, our default setting is impatience,
Mm.
crankiness, getting frustrated with one another, uh, and and genuinely, when I am not intentionally putting myself in regular connection contact through prayer, and reading scripture, man, my level of patience and my ability to have self-control and all of those other fruits of the spirit, like, absolutely, my interactions with other people is very different. And it's not like a magic pill that just makes everything all better. Um, but it's that well that's deep down inside of you that, when you're connected to God through just regular life, reaching out to Him, asking for His guidance and leadership, it really does guide you in a different way.
Definitely. And it's not it's not about not ever getting tired. This isn't about you're not supposed to be tired, you're not supposed to be cranky. It's more about leaning on God when you are tired, when you're on cranky. When you're not cranky, when you're not tired too. You should always lean on God. But it's definitely in the times of struggle, you should rely on God to respond when we can't. With to rely on Him and His plan and His presence to respond. Put our reliance on something other than ourselves is the key point here.
And putting your reliance on something other than people,
Yeah.
imperfect people, whether it's yourself or your spouse. Because, man, what happens when you're both tired and one of you tries to, what, I need you to support me right now, and they're in the same place that you are. Sometimes it doesn't go that great. But we've got something greater than that at our disposal. We've got something that we can really, really get to, that helps us out. Um,
So
but in
Jimmy,
those,
what steps can you take?
yeah,
What can you do as a impatient person?
man, okay, yeah, those come. Taking those seconds, take a breath. Just intentionally go, you know what? I'm stopping right now. I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to breathe out, and I'm going to recenter myself. I'm going to take that moment, take that step. Um, Realizing that the tone of your voice carries a lot, not only to those around you, but also to yourself. And so
The
speaking
standard, it's not what you said, it's how you said it.
how you said it. So
Yep.
slowing down and taking those breaths, but then slowing and calming your speech, it actually can have a huge effect on yourself with the response that you are going to be wrestling with internally, and then communicating and delivering to those around you. But then, even when things get the craziest, wheels are really coming off, take a moment, even when you're with your family, even when you're out in public, just take a moment and say, hey, we're going to pray real quick. And we're going to put our feet on the right foundation. And that can change the direction of anything that you're in the middle of.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we don't have to be perfect, right? Like, we're not called to be perfect. We are called to be faithful. So remember, you don't have to be perfect, just faithful and intentional. God's not asking for perfection; He's offering help. Man, I can't talk today. Perfection.
That's all
See,
good.
I'm not even perfect at saying peace. Perfection. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully this quick clip has encouraged you in a little bit of ways. If it has, you can find us online in a handful of different places. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And we'd love to connect. But just remember, all of us have those times of being tired dad, and we have choices on how we can respond to that. We're all in this together.
That's
Keep your
right.
stick on the ice.
Okay. Till next time.